Hi again. It's me, Deb James, the Wellness RN for you. And I'm here with another tip for you on practical dementia care. So let's talk about home care. That's something that I'm doing right now currently. And it's something that we also used for my parents for a time. So most people, when they look at home care, they look at cost. How much is this going to cost me? How much is it going to be? And yes, that is important. You want the service to be available for as long as possible. However, you also have to look at the quality of the service that you're getting. Now, once upon a time when I was doing, looking at doing home care or private duty nursing, I applied for a job. The family wanted me to come for the day to see if their mother was comfortable with me. And she had her own little, I guess, like a mother-in-law apartment on the grounds of their home. She had dementia. It was fairly far along in the journey. And the family did not want someone there 24 hours a day. They did not want someone there overnight. I asked about safety issues such as, okay, if she gets up in the middle of the night, she needs to go to the bathroom, whatever, how do you handle that? Well, she doesn't. She goes to bed and that's it. She doesn't wake up until the morning. Okay. Okay, I'll buy that. So I spent the day with this woman, and for the most part, she was very pleasant. There were times when she got a little ornery. I fed her. I cleaned up around the apartment. One of the things that I did was I went through the refrigerator. There was a lot of spoiled food in the refrigerator. And so I dumped it out. I cleaned out the refrigerator, cleaned up the refrigerator, made a note of some items that the daughter might want to get again if it's something that her mother liked. Get some fresh items of those things. I washed the dishes. I sat with her. We watched the Olympics. We talked about that. We watched the news for a little bit. We talked about that. And overall, it was okay. And when the daughter came back at the end of the day, she asked if, she asked her mother if she wanted me to come and spend time with her again. And initially she said no. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then the daughter asked her, well, you had a good time. You said you had a good time with her, right? She said, oh yeah, I did. She's like, but you don't want her to come again? And the mother said, oh yeah, she can come again. That's fine. Now, very typical, not unusual to see that flip-flop, because the person with the dementia is having difficulty with time references. She knew I was somebody that was there to take care of her. She knew that I would make sure that she ate, and I would clean up around the house, around the apartment, and that was okay with her. So the daughter asked me what I would charge, and I quoted her a price. The next day, she called me and said that her mother didn't want me to come anymore, so she was not going to go through with a contract. I said, that's fine. I have a strong suspicion, a very strong suspicion, that the daughter balked at the fee that I was charging. It became apparent to me during our conversations that she wanted a caregiver for her mother. She said she wanted a nurse, but what she really wanted was a caregiver. And I am a skilled nurse. I have a lot of experience with elderly, with dementia, with cardiac issues, with rehab issues. I got skills, so I charge for my skills. She wasn't amenable to it, but that happens, and that's fine. But that's the issue that you're going to have to contend with when you're looking for home care for your loved one. Do you want to do it strictly based on how much it's going to cost? Or do you want to make a decision based on the value of the person who's providing that care? Yes, there are plenty of agencies out there that will provide caregivers. You want to look at that agency, find out what type of rating they have on a Better Business Bureau. You also want to talk to other people that use their services, because they will tell you how things really work and if the fee that you're being charged is appropriate for the care that's being received. So check to make sure that they don't have any lawsuits pending or have had lawsuits in the past. You want to make sure that they don't have any state or local, what's the word I want? Strikes against them, anything that's been officially made as a complaint or an insufficiency. Those are the types of things you want to check with home care. And then you also want to make sure that your loved one is comfortable with whomever comes in the home. So most women prefer women caregivers. Men, it's 50-50. But you want to make sure that you have the right person with your loved one. And I would suggest finding at least 2 people, if possible, that can work with your loved one, because that way, if someone's on leave or they're sick and they need someone to fill in, you still know who's coming. Okay? And that's very important too. So home care, it's a great idea. It's a beautiful concept. It is beneficial to you and to your loved one. Just make sure that it's done properly, safely, and that you have thoroughly investigated and checked out the company that you want to use. Or if it's a private duty nurse, you want to check that too. You want to check and make sure their license is up to date, that there are no charges against their license. You want to know that they are skilled as they claim to be. All right. So if you have any other questions, you can contact me through my website, angelichtouchhealthandwellness.net. You can email me, deb.wellnessrn, the number 4, the letter U, @gmail.com, deb.wellnessrn4u@gmail.com. You can also check out my YouTube channel, Practical Dementia Care, and check out any other videos that I have listed for tips and ideas and thoughts about caring for your loved one with dementia. I also want to let you know that I have completed my video course. If you didn't catch it live, you can catch it now. It is a 6-week course called Practical Dementia Care Action Guide. And I just kind of lay things out for you to understand to make it easier for you. And much of this is based on what I went through caring for my family members with dementia. So I've made the mistakes and I want to help you avoid some of them if possible. All right. So if you're interested in that program, you can contact me and I will let you know. I have it reasonably priced right now, but be aware that it will be going up in 3 months. And that's because I'll be adding more to it. But if you want to catch it at the lowest rate now, let me know. All right? Keep smiling. Keep loving your life. Keep loving yourself. And I'll see you next time. Bye.